Hello everybody, welcome to another update on the stock screener. I wanted to give another update on the status of Verde Agritech. In my last video I said that it would bottom out. We have seen higher lows and we did get that. So what are we doing right now? So this trend line has been broken. That's good. And also this trend line here has also been broken. So we have a double break of the trend lines. And now we are retracing back to this support. So we are going much higher. So that's the update technically. And another update is very interesting is that Verde is now attracting institutional ownership. So we have Palos Growth Fund, we have Lysander, IFM Marmite, Triacima, and here institutional is Triacima Marmite. So we are attracting already 3 institutionals, and I guess it will keep on rising. So that's a very good sign. Other than that, I wanted to talk about the natural gas price because it is breaking out, as I told you, and I think this is going much higher. So let's listen a bit to Mr. Nenner here because he has something interesting to say.
Yeah, congratulations on that. And the bonds, get out, get out, get out, get out there to low. The bonds are going to go up. No, thanks for that. Not a good call. So where do you think oil is going to go from here?
Well, I said the 122 first, but I'm actually more worried about natural gas because the cycle is up for another 4 or 5 years.
Oh,
So who knows what's going to happen over there?
so how high will natural gas go before we get back to? Well, let's get your what's your target for crude first. So where do you think crude oil is going to go after that 122 and then back off? Where do you see it going in a year?
Well, I have to leave that open because I'm not totally updated. A long time ago, I looked and it says it can go to 150. It's probably still there. There's so much to do. So right now, I'm very much concentrating on the CPI and the GDP, which I find amazing because I seem to know better with my work than the Federal Reserve. They go, well, see in another month or 2 months how it's developing.
Oh, where do you think CPI, a consumer price index, where's that?
Okay, so what did we hear? He said that natural gas would be going up for the next 4 to 5 years. That's our take on this. So let's take a look. So we have this up cycle, down cycle, and now we are going back up for the next 5 years. So that should go here then. Maybe to a double to $16 per BTU. So that's a double. And let's see if that corresponds to our graph here. So this is the natural gas price, Henry Hub. This is the gas price in Europe, which is very high. And then we have crude oil that is around here. And these are in BTUs. So this is the energy intensity, right? I mean the capacity that these different energies have. And you can see that natural gas is the cheapest of all of these. So I would think, of course, that this here will rise up and can easily double in the next 5 years. So up, down, and then up to like this $10, right? And that would even be still cheaper than the crude oil energy capacity. So this is an arbitrage trade. You are betting on rising natural gas while crude oil will not rise that much. So this is the arbitrage. And what does this have to do with Verde Agritech? You can ask yourself. Well, it has a lot to do with Verde Agritech. Another chart first. You can see here that global oil demand will be peaking and going down. So in the future, I think that Cathy Wood is correct, that we will go from gasoline cars to electric vehicles. And that's why we are going to see less demand for oil in the future. It will probably keep on growing because India and China still need a lot of oil, and all those underdeveloped nations also need oil. But this will not keep on rising that much because we are going electric. And what do electric cars need? They need electricity. And electricity comes from natural gas. Asia, liquefied natural gas, and Europe, natural gas. So this is very important. You will see crude oil go to natural gas. Very important. So this arbitrage is going to close. This gap is going to close in the future. Natural gas will go up and crude oil will come down. And now we are going to our charts for Verde. Because why is this important? Because natural gas is correlated to ammonia. Ammonia is correlated to fertilizers through this chart here. And that means that natural gas will be correlated to Verde Agritech's revenues. So the higher natural gas goes, the higher that Verde Agritech revenues will go. Because when one of these fertilizers goes up, then also potash will go up. That's due to the fact that farmers will switch over from one crop to another. So these are correlated. But the thing is, and that's where Verde has a big advantage, Verde doesn't need natural gas to produce glauconite. So as the natural gas price goes up, the costs for example, CF Industries and Mosaic will go up, and they will have less margins. But Verde Agritech will have increasing margins because it doesn't need natural gas to produce glauconite. So that's one advantage. And the other advantage is Verde Agritech needs gasoline to transport their product, and that gasoline is going to come down in demand. So the price will probably go down. So we have a pretty interesting arbitrage trade for Verde Agritech. On one hand, you will see increasing natural gas prices, as Charles Nenner says. In the next 5 years, we will see much higher natural gas prices. And we will see lower costs in the next 10 years because the demand for oil is not going to rise that much. So this is a perfect play on the electrification in this world, going from gasoline cars to EVs, and is also a perfect play between this gap here, the energy capacity and the price of those energies. So this gap is going to close, and that will benefit Verde Agritech. By the way, Charles Nenner also said that food prices will be going much higher. So it's looking very good for Verde Agritech, and we keep holding it for the coming years. Just wanted to give you this perspective, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.